Hey everybody, MrFlavorsmith here, and today we're going to do a review on a new meat stick that just came to my attention. It's actually called MeatMeet. This is the unit. And MeatMeet calls this the S-Pro. I believe the S stands for stainless steel, but I could be wrong. And here's the probe. This is the wireless probe for the MeatMeet. It's a pretty cool little unit. It's a thinner style of probe, which I really like. It has an extremely long battery life. We'll get into all those details in a second. But what really intrigued me about this one is this is a high temp heat probe, meaning it's gonna go above 500 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gonna go above 600 degrees Fahrenheit. It will go above 900 degrees Fahrenheit. This actually reads up to 10,080 degrees Fahrenheit with an ambient heat resistance of rated around 1100 degrees Fahrenheit. It not only measures internal temperature, but it also measures ambient temperature right here on the end. On top of the ambient heat sensor, it has an additional 5 internal temperature probes going along the shaft to measure the internal temperature throughout the entire length of when this is fully inserted into the piece of meat. What that does is it gives you a more accurate reading because it takes the average of all of them and gives you that average reading. On here, it has a few different things. It has a little safety notch right here, and you wanna bury that safety notch just past the meat. And you wanna make sure you go past that little safety notch because when the meat starts to cook and renders that fat down, the meat will shrink. So you wanna make sure that you have it past that first little notch. Then it has a little black ceramic piece right here. That's actually the wire that sends off the Bluetooth signal to your smartphone. This is a Bluetooth enabled wireless sensor. It is not Wi-Fi, it is Bluetooth, but it has a really long range. This pairs really fast to your phone via the app. It's IP69 water and dust proof. And the wireless thermometer talks to the hub, which then transfers that signal over to your smartphone. The range from the hub to your smartphone is about 400 feet. So how are we gonna put this new wireless thermometer to the test? Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna throw it in an immersion cooking system, a sous vide. It's going inside the center of an Akaushi Wagyu Ribeye. That's a $70 piece of meat. We're gonna set our internal temperature to 129 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it reaches 129 degrees Fahrenheit, we're gonna take it out of the vacuum sealed bag. We're gonna pat it dry. Then we're gonna do a reverse sear over a real hot bed of coals until I hit my desired internal temperature of about 141 degrees Fahrenheit. Flipping it on each side for about a minute each. We'll see how long that actually takes to get to that 141 degrees Fahrenheit. After that, we'll pull it off of the direct coals and we'll let it rest until it hits hopefully around 143 to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Then from there, we're gonna cut in and give it a bite. So let's put this little wireless probe to the test right now. right, there we go. There's our sous vide. Now I'll put the heating element in. Just drop it right in. Actually, I'm gonna move the bag around a little bit. Right like that. And this is our seal. Then we're just gonna plug in the sous vide. Turn on the sous vide. We're gonna set our desired temperature to be 129 degrees. So we'll go temp. 129.0 degrees is where it's set. Perfect. All right, and it's at 127.7 degrees right now. It's gonna bring it up to 129 degrees. Okay, so now it's time, let's set up the app. All right, here we go, set the app up. Come into our app right there. So setting up the app, it's very self-explanatory. There's a QR code on the box you can just scan. It'll take you to download the app, and then it's very, very easy. It just walks you through absolutely everything. So you can see right here, our internal temperature is 55.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've never done this before, so let's kind of figure this out. It says go cooking. All right, cool, it's beef. All right, we are doing, let's see, your cooking settings, all set to go. Flip, no flip needed. Cooking mode, 126, beef. So let's go beef. Okay, cooking environment. We're not in a smoker. It actually doesn't have an environment for a sous vide. That doesn't matter. Flip, no flip needed. Cooking mode, rare. So 122 to 129 degrees Fahrenheit. So once it hits that, then we'll pull it off. It'll kind of, I think it'll give us a warning or something. We'll see. We'll hit confirm. And you want to make sure when you're doing a sous vide and you're getting it up to temperature for a reverse sear that you always set it at like a rare setting, because you want it to cook to about 90% all the way through, and then you just want to reverse sear it afterwards really quickly. So let's confirm. All right, resting meat. We have off, estimated meat thickness. No need to check that right now. All set, start cooking. Okay, how to insert the probe. So it tells you about passing that safety line, that little notch it's on there, and just having to where that black line is exposed. That's the Bluetooth transmitter, that little black circle. Hit confirm. All right, and we're going. Estimated cooking time. So that's gonna happen after it kind of goes through and does a little quick little algorithm over, I don't know, it's probably like 10, 15 minutes. It'll probably pop up and give us kind of like an estimated cooking time. But our target temp is 126 degrees, 126, 129. Internal temperature right now is at 61 degrees. Beef, this shows you the little arrow circle, the spinning circle going around, shows you that it's working. We have a graph over here. The graph is just starting. You can have internal, you can have your target temp, like all these different things. Go back to home. Actually, we'll get rid of that graph. There we go. Perfect. All right, we are cooking. So we're gonna keep our eye on this. When it gets to that, I'll let you know. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what we're looking at here. Okay, so this is really cool. I'm very excited that this sous vide, and there is our wireless thermometer right there, okay? And as you can see, it's reading it through the bag, through the water, through the plastic container, to the hub. And we want to make sure our hub is right next to where we're cooking. So having our little MeatMeet hub, this is the hub, next to the wireless thermometer. This is talking to this, and this is talking to our cell phone, talking to the app. Let's just monitor the app, see how long it takes. Honestly, this was hot water to start with, so I bet you it only takes about 45 minutes. All right, so to finish off our American Akaushi Wagyu Ribeye, we are gonna use our MrFlavorsmith little Weber Go Anywhere charcoal. We're gonna put the coals in here, we're gonna get them really nice and hot, and then we are gonna pad down that steak and get it completely dry, and we're gonna reverse sear it for about a minute on each side. We'll see how long that actually takes. So we'll get this set up now. So our little mini coal basket we'll use, we'll fill up this little chimney full, and we're gonna be using some lump coal today. It's a little basket we don't really need. Take some of these things out. And if you want to see a really cool video about how I go through and I modify this little charcoal Weber Go Anywhere, you might want to check that out. because it turns this into a really handy little grill. But for right now, we'll just put these aside. Put our chimney in here. I like to get things hot quick, so we're going to use 2 of these little bio cubes. They go right under your chimney, kind of like a little kitty corner. Goes on top. We fill this full of our coals. We light those little fire starters, let it go for about 5 minutes. And here comes the messy process. Using some B&B charcoal, some lump coal. All right, let's talk about this real quick. So if you're gonna reverse sear a steak, using lump coal is pretty ideal. And the reason why is lump coal gets hot really quick. So it'll actually get to a hotter temperature than some of your briquettes, which is perfect for what we need to do. And this is a very fast cook. So we don't need to worry about any longevity out of our coals. We just want it to get as hot as it can, as quick as it can, because we're only gonna be cooking it for about a minute on each side. Utilizing a small little charcoal grill like this with a little mini chimney is perfect for doing a reverse sear on sous vide steak, because you're not getting your big charcoal grill out there. You're not wasting a whole lot of coal. It is arguable to say that this is kind of a waste of coal, but hey, this is a $70 steak. So I don't think anything that we're doing today is a waste on a $70 steak. All right, here we go. Using our Boy Scout match, we're gonna light up our fire starters. Put our chimney back right over the top of them. And then as you see that smoke coming off the top right there. What's happening is those fire starters, they're just heating up all that coal, all that hot air is rising up right through the center of that chimney, heating up all the coal, and that heat rises, so it's just gonna keep going and going and going. And in about 7 minutes, this should be right where we want it to have it. And then we're gonna pour it out over the grill surface here, and we're gonna pull our steak out and put it on top. So right now, I'm gonna go grab my scissors. We're gonna cut open that steak and we're gonna pat it dry. All right, so check this out. Here is a little trick. A lot of times, lump coal are tiny little pieces, and they'll want to fall through the grill grate. Aha. But with this setup, we don't need a whole lot of space for one steak. So we have 2 different size grill grates here that we made. We're gonna take our smallest grill grate, and we are gonna lie that the opposite direction, just like that. Because now we're gonna put the majority of our coals will go right there, right in the center, and we won't have them all falling through the grill grate as easily. And what I like to do is blow on it just a little bit, introduce some oxygen to get them real hot. I want those coals smoking red. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking this up, but there is a red flame covering the entire top of these coals right now. Let me see if I can get that for you. Yeah. That's what we're after. That means your coal bed is going to be nice and hot. It just started doing that, so we're just going to give it a minute. But meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that steak out of the sous vide, and we're going to pat it off. All right, here we go. The towel's right there. We're just going to unplug the sous vide. Take the lid off. This helps keep the heat inside the sous vide. We'll take that off. Take the heating element out. Let it drain. Get all the water out of it. We're gonna drain some of our hot water out into the pool. Oh yeah, I can get in there. Ooh, look at that. We're gonna cut our steak bag open. Drain all the rest of the water out of the sous vide. Use that to catch all the juices from the steak. Oh, the steak. Oh my gosh. It's just wanting to fall apart in my hand. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. That steak, that ribeye. Wow, okay. Pat dry one side. And one thing about sous vide steaks, when they come out of sous vide, they are really, really ugly looking. That's good there. Now we're gonna move real fast here. We're gonna pour this right in the center. Coals are nice and hot. Here we go. Just like that in a pile. Perfect. Let's do a little bit of management right here. We just want to get all the hot stuff right in the center. Okay. Take our other grill grate. Throw our other grill grate on. Those coals are hot. Just like that. Let that heat up for a second. Blow on the coals a little bit. Get them real hot. This thing wants to come apart. I'm just gonna stick it on there. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alexa, set timer for 1 minute. Our internal temperature is 126.1 degrees. What's really nice about having this grill you can kind of move around is you can move it back and forth. You can slide it back and forth. There we go. Just letting it go for a second longer. We are 1 minute into it. Here we go. Flip it. Oh, look at that sear. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a beautiful sear. And we've got probably about 20 more seconds. Spin the steak around. There we go. That's what I'm after. Right there. All right, there we go. We're pulling it. Awesome. Let's check it out. Ooh, that camera is hot. Oh yeah. Look at that American Akaushi Wagyu Ribeye. Look at that sear. And the thermometer. It held up to that direct fire. Awesome. All right, let's let it rest. Check it out. Hit 139 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoop, whoop. All right, I'm gonna see if I can actually pull this out if it's still too hot. No, I think we're okay. Perfect. All right, there's our heat probe. Let's cut into this and see how it did. Oh, I tell you what, I might have had it sit in the sous vide too long, but that does look good. Let's take a bite. All right, so I know that this video is all about the meat probe. But look at this Wagyu. This is the juiciest steak ever. This is what you want a really good meat probe for. You don't want to mess it up. And I tell you what, this is amazing. That is flavoricious. Guys, don't go anywhere. I have to finish eating this steak. This is a $70 steak. I'll give you my final thoughts as soon as I'm done with it. I'll tell you what though, if you've never had an Akaushi Wagyu steak, you need to. That is so good. I'll be right back. All right, so my final thoughts on this MeatMeet S-Pro high heat wireless thermometer. That's a mouthful. For what it was designed to do, it did a great job. It didn't burn out, and I know that I got at an ambient temperature somewhere around 900 degrees, right over that direct fire like that, it gets smoking hot. And with that being said, this bad boy still held up. I will say this, I did not experience the ambient temperature reading, so that's kind of a bummer, but it might have been something I did. I'm not sure. So the app is really intuitive, very easy to use, easy to navigate through and everything. You don't even have to really decide what temperature you want everything at. They have a guide in there for just about everything you want to cook, and also how you want to cook it, the cooking method. Like I said, the only thing that's not in there is sous vide, but like every other cooking method is in there. So that's really nice. It's nice because you can just put this back into here, and this is its charging station. It just recharges it from here. So when you charge this up, it's recharging this as well. So you don't necessarily have to have this charged in. And it does use a very user-friendly USB-C connection, and that cable is included. The plug is not included, but the cable is included. It stays connected pretty good too. I didn't have any problems with it disconnecting or anything like that, but I didn't also go any far distances or anything. I just went from inside my kitchen to outside my backyard. And for the price point these things are gonna be selling at, which I wanna say is under 70 bucks, that's pretty good. So if you're looking for a high heat wireless thermometer, this would probably be a pretty good option. It's my first time using it, so I don't know how long it will last at that high heat, but so far so good. Hey everybody, if you got any value out of this content at all, please do me a huge favor. Like this video, comment, did you find any value in this one? And what wireless heat thermometer system are you using? And if you haven't done so, this really helps me out more than you can even imagine. Subscribe to the channel. That helps boost the algorithm, helps get me out to more people, and allows me to provide more valuable, flavorful content like this for you in the future. And until next time, live a life of flavor.